Ghana China more. Put him in your way. I said Jimmy. Put him in your way. I said Jimmy. Fire service almost there. Almost 30 minutes. I said 1 hour. You put him in your way. I'm not fire service. I'm not fire service. I'm fire service. Yeah, I'm not China situation. Oh, bloody hell. Fire service. They are from almost 1 hour.
Okay, it's China City Mall. I want a fantastic roundabout, but no kind of some local thing. It me Atoma, a ship prepare our Hasino. Into the winning a China City Mall, China City Mall, China City Mall, a war air, what no kind of some. And a ship prepare our Hasino.
Enti ebusiafo se ko piem e Kumasi Santasia na waro se ha esi wo ho ese China mo a e Santasia on about no ebusiafo ja atoma ahyejebre na ekwan ye fa so a ye janitimi to ye China mo ho no ebusiafo China 1 ene nkofobia omo ho no edi nkomo ye kone nkotie nsem a na se kwan ye fa so a janitimi atomo ho no ma amane ma wo mo ho no nia ahyejebre.
Don't know anything. Our efforts are geared towards extinguishing the fire, preventing it from extending to other properties beyond this particular location, and making sure that we protect lives and property. That's our foremost preoccupation. So that's what we're concentrating our efforts on. How best are we going to devise appropriate means to quench the fire? So we have called for the tankers from the drip unit to come here to come and augment the tenders, so that as and when we run out of water, we'll be able to have quick access to water for the firemen to quickly do whatever they are supposed to do. When we are done with that, investigations will continue. The fire department has picked up preliminary information, but it's not something that we can do anything with immediately. We'd have to process and assess it, do evaluations before we can come to a conclusive report. So for now, our concentration is to deal with the fire.
Your observation on what is hindering the efforts?
Human activity. When the fire tenders were coming, the sirens were blaring, but users of the road did not create the appropriate path for the fire tenders to get here in time. And that's an appeal I'm making to our citizens. Whenever you hear any form of siren, whether it's on a police motorbike, whether it's on an ambulance or a fire tender, it is going to attend to an emergency. That's why the siren is blaring. So once we hear any form of siren, what we have to do as citizens who are using the road is to create access for the siren, the vehicles or whichever medium has the siren to come and pass and go attend to whichever emergency that they are going to attend to. If this had happened, maybe some way, somehow, we would have been able to save the situation. It's unfortunate that we have lost several millions of dollars out of this fire in this particular location, and it's sad.
Have you met owners of this facility yet?
The owners, I'm told, are out of the country, but their workers and representatives are here. We have spoken to them. We'll try as much as possible to, as early as feasible, speak to the investors and be able to calm them and offer them the nation's support. These are foreign nationals who have come to invest in our country. They employ hundreds of employment for our youth. It's the end of the month. About 300 staff of this place are supposed to be paid tomorrow or the next day. If you look at the liability, it is going to be difficult for them to pay salary, and that's a huge burden for government and our people. So we'll do whatever we have to do to assist them, if possible, to come back.
What do we know about casualty?
We have not had any casualty. The fire department was able to evacuate all the staff, all the workers were, with the help of bystanders, were able to evacuate all of them. We don't have any casualty on hand. What we have is the losses that we are suffering as a result of the inability to deal with the fire. We have lost everything that they have within their warehouse and in their shops.
All right, Sammy, so that's the Kumasi Mayor, Richard Ofori Bwediajiman, that are there. Commander, you are welcome to Channel 1 TV.
Thank you.
How did you get to know about this incident?
We were called, our regional control was called at 3:19 hours. They dispatched the first tender at 3:20 hours. They got here at 3:31 hours, and when they got here, the fire was at its developed stage. When you say developed stage, then it means the whole building was engulfed already before we got here. Other 3 fire tenders were invited in to help in fighting the fire. The unfortunate thing was that the combustible materials that they sell here, deal with, are highly combustible. Apart from that, the building itself, the materials used are very highly combustible. Yes, you can see the intensity of the fire. If you go around the building, you see that 1, there are so many cracks on the walls. 2, the walls have tilted, which means the construction and the intensity of the fire is very much enormous. What we heard also was that the fire was noticed when they were on break. I don't know when they go on break. Yes, so people who were around noticed it and they tried to fight it. But I think it went beyond them. Looking at the combustible materials. On the first floor, they sell this sitting room furniture. These are hosieries material, which fire, when it's involved in fire, it spread very fast. Yes, so it spread very fast, so they have to abandon and call fire service. As to when the fire actually started, they are yet to tell us when it started. And when they call us, they call the control at 19 hours. Yes.
All right. So, was that hindering effort or that hindrance that is maybe making your work difficult here?
Availability of water. It's availability of water. That's what we want. The nearest fire hydrant we learned is around beyond. He said Mekom, Ahunjo Mekom. Aha. I learned that is where the fire hydrant is, and I don't know how with this, even at this with traffic, how you can move in there as far as possible. Yes, so fire hydrant or water availability of continuous flow of water is our hindrance here.
So initially you were trying to contain the fire from the frontage. Now I can see your engines are moving to the back of the. What's the plan?
We are not. It is not. When we came, the engines came. One was positioned there. You get me? To cut the whole area. But as I said, when we arrived here, the whole place was engulfed. Yes, engulfed.
Okay. So, but do you know the cause yet?
No, we don't know. We don't know.
All right. So that's the Ashanti Regional Fire Officer, ACFO Peter Tete, who is still coordinating efforts here with other agencies like the NADMO and also some officials of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, who also have their mayor himself been represented here. And then we can see one other fire engine that is coming in. Some of the fire engines have been taken to the back end. That's what we just heard from the commander. The kind of strategies they are ensuring that they want to put in place to ensure that the situation is brought under control. But I've also seen the workers here who are Chinese nationals who are so distraught on their faces. Maybe our camera will just capture that so you can see them seated there, trying to just helpless, banking all their hopes on the fire officers to try and bring the situation under control, because they are not able to pick anything. Most of the items here, we are told, have been reduced to ashes. And then the whole building is on fire, and that is the situation here. Onlookers also, because the place is fenced, onlookers have been, so the sound there just coming from the where the fire is still burning. You have the smoke still billowing from the area. The fire is being reignited as a result of the combustibles that are found in the building itself here. And we just had that confirmation from the Ghana National Fire Service, and that also is hindering efforts in fighting the fire, because it's reigniting the fire situation here, and the fire officer is still trying to map out some strategies to try and then bring the situation under control. So let's try and see if we can get the managers of this facility who were here when the incident started. So I doubt if they will be able to speak English for us, but I can also speak Chinese. So okay, so they are moving away from our camera. Okay, they are told to move away. Hello, madam, can we talk to you? All right, okay, so she's not willing to speak to us. So the owners of the shop here or the mall here, you see them moving away, shying away from the camera, but it's still an effort that is being made by the Ghana National Fire Service. So there are three things that are hindering the firefighting efforts here. One is the combustibles that are in the main building that is reigniting, or that are reigniting the fire here. And two is the human activity, the siren blaring, and people are not willing to give way to the fire engines to come. And the other one is the fire tender or the fire hydrants, that they are not able to access very close hydrants within the Santasi area. They have to go to Ahunjo, and it's very far from this place, and there's traffic all over town within the Kumasi metropolis. So the fire officers are still making efforts. The commander is still giving some orders, trying to coordinate efforts, his men, to try and bring the situation under control. So you see onlookers outside of the fence of the mall that is currently on fire, and the efforts are still being made. Fire officers still trying to bring more engines, trying to bring the situation under control. I don't know if you can speak to this gentleman, if you are here when the incident happened. Did you witness this incident when it started?
Of course, my brother, I witnessed everything from start to finish.
What happened?
Of course, so I was coming from Christian Service University. I just finished my presentation, so I set off to go home. So I was actually with a colleague, as you saw us earlier. So we got at the back of the building, then we realized that there is this smoke. So we parked our car and tried to come closer to see what actually is happening. So we got there and we realized that the fire actually started from the back of the building. So like 20-30 meters away from the building, you could hear that something was just exploding. We don't know whether it is gas or anything, but things were just exploding in the building. So in about 20-30 minutes, when we were able to just move our car from that place to the main front of the building, we realized that everything is completely gone. Everything was gone.
Okay, so what was the reaction of shoppers and people who were inside when the fire started?
Of course, so when we got here, actually everybody inside has just run out. So they were all standing, across the road. So we tried even speaking with some of the staff, and they were telling us that they have over 300 staff here, and now their headache has to do with how they are able to go, how to be able to make ends meet. Because now, since the structure is down, it means that technically they've lost their jobs. So how they are going to be fed and all that is what they are thinking now.
All right, so that's an eyewitness. He saw everything.